Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Well, we are studying limits, but we know that if we have in the denominator a zero, we cannot solve the limit. So we have to try to save the limit. And what can we do? We can factorize the denominator. So we have factors and we can cross the denominator, one of the factors of the denominator with the numerator. So in that way, we can change the number in the denominator so we can save the limit, okay? But sometimes we will try to do a review about factorizing so you can solve easily limits, okay? So last class we saw the first method of factorizing, that is polynomials. So you get what is in common in all the monomials, you get it out, and that will be one factor. And all the other factor will be a polynomial with a less level so that if you multiply each of the one that is outside times all the ones that are inside, you will get the same number, okay? That's the first method. Today we are going to see the second method. This is called the difference of two squares. Okay, what is, as the name says, it's two squares, dos cuadrados, and it's the difference, la resta. Okay, so we have the difference between two squares. And how can we factorize this? Well, we call this also conjugated, you remember, conjugados. And you can recognize it because you have a square here, another square here, and a negative in the middle, okay? So when you see that, you say, oh, they are playing is conjugados. So it's a negative and a positive. The multiplication will be, a factor will be positive and the other will be negative. Okay, we will do an example so it will be easier. Okay, so imagine we have the first example, 9, you see that it will be 9, a to the 6th power, minus, remember, 25, b to the 8th factor power, okay? So you see this, okay? So you see, oh, 9, yes, 9 has a square. 3 times 3 is 9. Remember, square is like a selfie. You multiply time itself, okay? 9, 3 times 3 is 9. And a to the 6th power is, we also can have a square because this is a pair number. Remember, for getting the square of an exponent, we have to divide by 2. And here we have 25. You remember 5 times 5 is 25, so it has a square root 2. And this is b to the 8th power. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we notice, oh, this is a conjugate. Now, this is square, negative square. So that I can solve it by conjugates. What do you do first? Well, we're going to find our two factors. So we can put the parentheses like this. Then we put the square root of this will be 3a to the 3rd power, 3a to the 3rd power, and then it's conjugate. So one is negative and the other is positive. And the square root of this is 5b to the 4th square, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. Remember, this is only for exponents, not for coefficients. Coefficients, you have to get the square root. Remember, the selfie times the same number. And for the squares, for the exponents, you can divide by 2. Okay, so 5b to the 4th. Okay, so now you have to factor I, so to the 4th. Okay, to the 4th, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now you have two factors, as you can see. This is one factor and this is the other factor. So if you have something in the numerator, you can, in the limits, you can cross it, okay? So you're going to solve some exercise of this type and we will continue to the third method. Thank you very much.